Now, from your local news leader, this is 6 News.
It's a special time for all the Spartans, and we came here in force.
A perfect end to an amazing season as Michigan State wins in Pasadena in its first Rose Bowl trip in 26 years. A victory for the ages in Pasadena is our top story at 11. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Greg Adeline.
And I'm Jane Alder. Cherry has the night off. It was an historic night for the Spartan Nation as MSU wins big on the national stage at the Rose Bowl. Woohoo! That's right.
And you know, we had to deck out in our Spartan gear.
We had to.
You know, just so excited to see such a great victory. We're joined now by...
Appropriate that you have your Connor Cook jersey on too.
Well, yeah, I just yanked it from over there in that closet. But hey, I got to tell you, it was just an amazing victory, Audrey.
Main reason why the Spartans won tonight, their defense, which is why they've won all season long. So we'll take you right to the highlights to get a little quick preview. Opening drive of the game, Kevin Hogan hands off to Tyler Gaffney. He breaks a tackle and heads right into the end zone for the 16-yard touchdown. That puts Stanford on the board first. Now we're going to jump to the fourth quarter. Game tied at 17. Connor Cook hits Tony Lippett for the go-ahead score. 25 yards on the play, and the Spartans take their first lead of the game, 24-17. Later in the fourth, Stanford down by a touchdown. They elect to kick the 39-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. The Spartans' lead is cut to 4. A back-and-forth battle the entire way, but here's where Sparty comes up big. Under 2 minutes to play, last chance for Stanford on 4th and 1. Hogan hands off to Ryan Hewitt, and he's stuffed by who else? Kyler Ellsworth and Darian Harris. MSU takes over on the 34-yard line. Cook takes a knee, and that does it. Michigan State wins the Rose Bowl 24-20 for the first time in 26 years.
It's just an amazing sight.
So great to see that. Absolutely.
Lifting that trophy.
I know.
Awesome.
It hasn't really sunk in yet, I think, for a lot of people as well. Thanks, Audrey, very much for that. And we'll see in just a few minutes for sports, of course. You know, big day, obviously, for the Spartan fans, both in Pasadena and here at home.
We have team coverage for you. Nick Perot has been with the fans here in mid-Michigan all afternoon and evening. We'll hear from him in just a minute.
But first, let's check in with Emerald Morrow, who's in California with the Spartan faithful. Emerald, tell us.
Michigan State has just won the Rose Bowl. It is crazy in here. If you just take a look across the field, fans are going nuts. Confetti is blowing everywhere. It is a madhouse in here. People are taking pictures. They're screaming. They are celebrating that Michigan State has won the Rose Bowl for the first time. In 26 years, they've won the 100th Rose Bowl, and it's something that fans and players alike will remember for the rest of their lives.
Surreal. It's awesome. I couldn't be here the last time when I was a student. Couldn't afford it. My sister brought me here this year. Go Green! I love you. It's the best day of my life. It really is.
We've been waiting 26 years for this. You know, I was 11 years old the last time we were here, and here we are again. It's on my bucket list. This has been the best thing ever. I mean, this is the greatest thing.
This is certainly a night that no one here will ever forget anytime soon. And of course, make sure that you stick with 6 News because we'll be continuing all of the Rose Bowl coverage because you know the celebrations don't stop here. For now, inside the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, Emerald Morrow, 6 News.
Well, it was a chance 26 years in the making for Michigan State Spartans to have a chance to call themselves the Rose Bowl champions. And this year, 2014, they were able to do that. Fans I spoke with said not only is it an exciting win for the community, for Michigan State football, but for the program as well.
Such a crazy feeling, you know, where this season started. You would have thought we were 0-3 the first 3 games. Just the resiliency of that team, just coming back, fighting. Such a great feeling right now.
What can you say coming back to East Lansing and see them win not just a bowl game, but the Rose Bowl?
There's no better place to be. Go Green!
It was an amazing experience. Put so much into this team over the last, my whole lifetime. And we won the Rose Bowl. We did it. And we could beat any team in the country.
I actually counted them out at the beginning of the year. I thought that the roster wasn't too good. They surprised me, and they surprised the campus, they surprised the world, really. They're really overachievers.
It's definitely going to springboard the program into the future, you know, build off this win and keep the success moving.
And guys, this victory even has me a little choked up. Very special being an MSU grad, and something fans tell me here, this is not only a good win for Michigan State football and an end to their season, but even more special knowing it gives a better outlook for the year ahead in 2014. We're in East Lansing. Nick Perot, 6 News.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Emerald. And also,
lots of
Nick,
excitement there and here.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, as you've just seen, football fans are very happy to celebrate that big victory and win tonight. But, you know, it was just a couple of weeks ago after the Spartans' last big win that the celebration quickly got out of control.
Yeah, police reported multiple arrests and fires that night. And Joe Khalil was in East Lansing during the chaos. He's back there tonight. And, Joe, I understand that the situation is much more calm this time around.
Yeah, Greg, proving to be a pretty quiet night here in East Lansing. This is the Cedar Village area where just a few weeks ago after the Big Ten championship game, there were about a couple thousand students out here on the streets and about 60 fires. You can see not much happening at all now. We did see a couple of police cars patrolling the area. They told us there were a few minor incidents, a couple isolated things with people burning a couch or two, but nothing major to report. And when we spoke to police earlier, they told us that they expect it to be a much quieter night simply because a lot of the students are still home on vacation, so the volume of people isn't what it was tonight in East Lansing. But again, very quiet, uneventful, and it seems like it will be that way for the remainder of the night for the residents here in East Lansing and for police. Reporting in East Lansing, I'm Joe Khalil, 6 News.
All right, Joan, it's probably best that way. Absolutely. Be sure to stay with 6 News. We'll have more on the Rose Bowl game and all the excitement from Pasadena coming up in 6 Sports. Well, you know, for some people in mid-Michigan, it's been a dark new year with no electricity.
And a cold new year as well. There are still BWL customers in the mid-Michigan area without power. These people say they have called the utility company numerous times and have gone into those walk-in centers, but just have had not much luck. One customer tells us that the lack of communication from BWL has made her unsure of what to do next.
I'm like, is it going to happen? Do I need to go to Menards and buy a generator? I'm supposed to be going south in a week.
In a statement released today, the director of communications for BWL says that crews have restored power to their electric service territory and are now making efforts to reconnect single service customer meters.
And the weather hasn't been much better in other parts of the country. In Duluth, Minnesota, it was another day of sub-zero weather. The temperature went below 0 there early Sunday morning. It hasn't gotten above 0 since then, so it could be much worse here. In Chicago, the snow is causing travel trouble at the airports. And as you can see, more than 1,000 flights were canceled or delayed at O'Hare today.
Now, from Storm Tracker 6, your full forecast first. Made possible by your independent auto owners insurance agents, the no problem people.
Well, our snowfall certainly continues out there tonight, and Jane and Greg got to wear their nice Spartan gear tonight. Weather people, we're not so lucky. We're going to try a little experiment. I've got my Spartan pennant. We have the green screen technology. Let's go to the maps. I'll kind of show you what happens. This may not work at all, but if a weather person wears anything close to the color of the wall, it begins to what we call key out. So you can kind of see that. You kind of see how you see through the weather maps there. That's why we can't wear the color green, because that's what would happen to us. You'd see right through us. We'd have the kind of talking head thing going on. So there you go. Little television 101 for you, but that's why I'm wearing purple tonight and not green. All right, let's talk weather and snowfall. We've got some out there. It's all very light for central mid-Michigan, little heavier now from Jackson and points south and eastward. There you can see a little closer perspective. Seeing a little bit of a flare up now right across central mid-Michigan, but this is all very, very light. We're also watching to the south areas that haven't seen a lot of snowfall this afternoon, now beginning to see that activity pick up. There's the view from Coldwater. You see the roads now getting covered in the snowfall. We look out on our Skyview network and you see the roads, well, they're really icy, so certainly be careful out there tonight. And also bitterly cold. Temperature right now 11 degrees. Feels like it is 3 degrees below 0. We look at our WLS tower cam, 127, and all the roads are still obviously passable. This is not a heavy snowfall, but there is some ice and slick spots out there. So So just take it slow, use caution for the rest of the overnight hours. Jackson, Cam, visibility a little bit lower, the snow slightly heavier. Wind chill, though, 3 degrees below zero, so it is bitterly cold all across mid-Michigan tonight. Precision cast throughout the rest of the overnight hours. Still some light snow out there, but it begins to wind down through tomorrow morning. By around 8 o'clock, a few flurries and light snow showers left, but it quickly moves out during the late morning and early afternoon. We'll see improving conditions, although it will be windy, so those east-west roads will get some snow blowing over them, despite the fact snow will be done falling from the sky during the afternoon hours. Precision cast, we look at the snowfall totals additional overnight tonight. This is kind of a maximum. I think around an inch, maybe an inch and a half for Lansing up to St. John's for the rest of the overnight hours. You head further south and east towards Jackson County, maybe 2 to 3 inches. Models say as much as 4. I think that's confined to the extreme southeastern corner of the state. Just a couple more inches to go before things begin to wind down. Temperatures in the teens, obviously very cold as we expand the view a little bit. Yeah, it's bitterly cold all across mid-Michigan, but boy, could it be worse. 35 degrees below zero tonight in International Falls, and yes, that is a sign of things to come. Not that cold, but we could have high temperatures that struggle to get above zero as we head into next week. For the rest of the overnight hours then, light snow and cold, low temperature around 8 degrees, winds 5 to 15. Tomorrow morning, few leftover snow showers and flurries at 7 o'clock. By noon, we're only up to 10. A lot of wind around, so whatever snow is out there is blowing around tomorrow. A high of 14 by 4 o'clock. The 6-day forecast, temperatures warming up by the weekend. Little light snow late Sunday, but then look what happens. 9 the high on Monday. Computer models tell me I am too warm on Tuesday with a high of 5 and a low of 7 below zero.
Oh,
unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the television 101 little
Yeah, I get those questions. Why don't we wear green? And now you know.
Well, you're off the hook. You're off the hook.
David.
All right, coming up next on 6 News at 11, we'll have the very latest numbers on the wolf hunt in the Upper Peninsula.
That's right. And that story plus much more on the Spartans' big Rose Bowl win. That's when 6 News at 11 continues. Welcome back to 6 News at 11.
The numbers are in for the state's first wolf hunt in decades. Michigan wildlife officials say that 23 wolves were killed in the Upper Peninsula, and the Michigan Department of Natural Resources quota was 43, so this obviously was a lot lower. Officials say it was probably because of the unusually cold weather this year. The wolf hunting season opened on November 15th.
Welcoming a new baby into the world for a first time is special for any couple, but this morning, while counting down to the new year, one Charlotte couple counted down to the birth of their first baby girl. Just before 9 this morning at McLaren Hospital in Lansing, baby Stephanie arrived to the delight of her mom, Alexis Stroh-Snyder, and dad Wesley Russell. And even though Stephanie arrived 2 weeks early, doctors say she is a healthy 6-pound, 5-ounce baby girl. Her mom says she's already showing a little bit of personality by sticking out her tongue.
Oh, nothing cuter than that. Lansing Sparrow Hospital also welcomed a New Year's baby today. Kay and Andy McLean of Jackson rang in the new year with the birth of their daughter Lily as the first Sparrow baby of 2014. Little Lily was born at 1 a.m., weighed in at 7 pounds, 1 ounce. Lily is Kay and Andy's first child, and for being the first baby of the year at Sparrow, she and her parents will receive an infant car seat along with a teddy bear and some other gifts from the hospital. Congratulations to all of the new parents, and try and get some sleep when you can.
Yes, that would be your advice, wouldn't it?
You know, it's tough. It's tough early on, but it gets better.
Sleep when you can.
Congratulations.
It's so worth it. Yeah, absolutely.
Still ahead on 6 News at 11, officials need your help in solving a cold case in this week's Crime Stoppers report.
That story and more when we come back. And remember, we're always on and always free at 6 News, even on your phone. Our 6 News app is ready for download on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Just head to WLNS.com. Click on that Apple Android icon at the top of our page.
With your help, we solve crimes. This is 6 News Crime Stoppers.
It started as a break-in, but when police arrived to a house in Lansing, they made a gruesome discovery. On Saturday, December 12th, police responded to a home on Kelsey Street in Lansing. When they arrived, officers noticed that the home was broken into. After checking it out, they discovered the body of 26-year-old Lavoris Watkins inside that house. Police think someone killed her and that the burglary was planned. If you know what happened on that Saturday, police want to hear from you. Call Crime Stoppers 517-483-STOP or 855-840-7867. 24/7. There's up to a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. And Crime Stoppers is now 24/7 on our website. To find it, click the logo on our homepage or head to WLNS.com/crimestoppers.
All right, Greg, thanks. We've got Audrey back now talking what else. The Rose Bowl and the big win for Michigan State. The team will go down in history, as well as Coach D. What do you say to all of this? It's been so exciting.
Unbelievable, honestly, from where the Spartans were at the beginning of the season to where they are now. It's been a season for the record books, honestly, and tonight the Spartans put the icing on top of the cake.
Congratulations, Coach. Champion of the granddaddy of them all, the 100th Rose Bowl game.
For the first time in 26 years, the Michigan State Spartans are Rose Bowl champions. Fred Heumann and Kevin Gale were on the field with the team and Mark D'Antonio as he hoisted his first Rose Bowl trophy. You'll hear from them up next on 6 Sports.
This is 6 Sports.
The Michigan State football team entered the 100th Rose Bowl game as a 6.5-point underdog against the Stanford Cardinal, which is nothing new for the 4th-ranked Spartans, considering all season they've been the underdogs in 9 of their 11 games. In fact, the Spartans prefer it that way. Magic Johnson and Kirk Gibson were at the Rose Bowl to watch their Spartans in action. First quarter, Stanford's first pass of the game, and Kevin Hogan connects with Michael Rector on a 50-yard pass, which goes on to set up this. Hogan hands off to Tyler Gaffney. He breaks Isaiah Lewis's tackle, and he's off into the end zone. 16 yards for the first touchdown of the game. Stanford 7, Michigan State 0. In the second quarter, first and goal for the Spartans. Connor Cook hands off to Jeremy Langford, and he sneaks inside for the TD, and the Spartans are back in it. With under 3 minutes left in the second, MSU only trailing by 3 points until Cook gets in trouble. He lobs it up, and it's intercepted by Kevin Anderson. Anderson within the 10, 5, touchdown Stanford. That pick 6 now puts the Cardinal up by 10 points. But the Spartans respond with 28 seconds remaining before the end of the first half. Cook, what a pass, nails Trevin Pendleton right in the end zone. Look at the fullback making some plays. MSU back within 3. And we're going to jump to the fourth quarter. Game tied at 17. Cook right to Tony Lippett. Touchdown MSU. 25 yards on the play, and the Spartans take their first lead of the game. Later in the fourth, Stanford down by a touchdown. They elect to kick the 39-yard field goal. The kick is good. Michigan State 24, Stanford 20. A back-and-forth battle the entire way. But here's what won the game. Under 2 minutes to play, last chance for Stanford on 4th and 1. Hogan hands off to Ryan Hewitt, and he's stuffed by Kyler Ellsworth. Then Connor Cook takes a knee, and that would be all she wrote as the Spartans go on to win the 2014 Rose Bowl with a 24-20 win over Stanford. Fred Heumann and Kevin Gale join us now from the Rose Bowl field.
Well, who thinks football coaches make too much money now? Earlier in the day, Mark D'Antonio got his official raise, and then he went out and earned it. And after the game, in the wild celebration, we caught up with the coach at a poignant moment, along with his wife, Becky.
Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Again, I was hired to make people happy. I think they're happy.
Is the reality as good as the dream?
I'm still dreaming. I don't know.
How about your bride here? Is this any good for your guy?
This is amazing. This is just so great. I'm just so happy for all these fans out here. It's just phenomenal.
How long has he talked about this dream?
As long as I've known him.
Sweet justice, or what is this?
This is a great feeling. After all the adversity that we've been through offensively as a team, we 13-1. Everybody made plays today. I'm just so proud.
That, I tell you what, that was the best thing, probably since, I can't tell you since when.
Never, man.
It's never. I mean, just a testament to the Spartan will. It's a testament to the pride that we have, and it's just, Harlan Barnett said this right before our Big Ten championship game. He said, hey, we have been in his favor. And it is so true, and it's just, I just got to say, thank God.
That was part of the initial post-game excitement. Kevin Gale caught up with one of the heroes of this game, if not the hero, quarterback Connor Cook. Kevin?
Fred, it's a dream so good, even Connor Cook can't believe it. 1 year ago, he was a backup at the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. Tonight, he's a Rose Bowl champion and the offensive MVP.
I would not have believed you at all.
Really?
I would not. Obviously I have confidence in myself and I have dreams and aspirations, but from where I was at last year, it's obviously you want to set your goals high, and I did, but it's stuff like that is not really as realistic.
saw tears in your eyes when you went and hugged your dad. What was that moment like?
Surreal. You know, I'm just so blessed to have such a great family, you know, coming supporting me every single week, no matter where it's at. And my dad's always been there for me. So, you know, my family's always the first people I greet after games because they've been with me ever since, you know, my dad was taking me to the camps when I was little. Always there, you know, always giving me whatever I need. So it's just emotional with that.
We've learned one very important fact about Connor Cook this season. His emotions always stay level. He has a short memory span, and that was evident tonight. After a costly pick six in the second quarter, all he did was lead the Spartans to a dramatic comeback in the granddaddy of them all.
All right, Kevin, thanks so much. We've heard the poignant words of the quarterback and the coach and his wife and some of the players. I wonder what the fans think of all this, huh? They're pretty excited here in California. Along with Kevin Gale, I'm Fred Heumann in Pasadena, California, where everything's coming up roses. 6 Sports.
Spartan fans are also very excited back here in East Lansing. Well, the NHL said there were over 100,000 tickets sold for the 2014 Winter Classic, and if every person that bought a ticket attended the game, it would break the attendance record for an outdoor hockey game. And guess what? It did. The final attendance ended up being over 105,000, the largest crowd to watch a hockey game. No score in the first, so we picked this game up in the second period. 2-on-1, Daniel Alfredson to Henrik Zetterberg. That's a goal. The Red Wings take a 1-0 lead. Later, Pavel Datsyuk with a shot, and it's denied by Jonathan Bernier. Bernier gets his right pad out to the side just in time for the save. And then with 36 seconds remaining in the second, Phil Kessel rips one at the net. It's blocked, but off of the rebound. James Van Riemsdyk at the right place at the right time ties this game at 1. Now to the third period, Toronto up 2-1, and Justin Abdelkader answers the bell. Brandon Smith to Abdelkader in front of the net, and he gets it right past Bernier, and we're all tied up again, this time at 2. And we have to go into overtime. In OT, Nyquist skating and strong towards the net. With 12 seconds, he turns, he shoots, and he misses. Zetterberg scrambling, picks up the puck and attempts the short-range shot, but it pops out, sending this game into a shootout. In the third round of the shootout, sudden death after a Thomas Tatar miss, Tyler Bozak wins it for the Maple Leafs as they defeat Detroit 3-2 in a Winter Classic. A big day in sports. Great win for the Spartans, guys. Back to you.
All right.
Just amazing day, isn't it?
We're on cloud 9, and I don't think we'll be coming down for a long while.
No, for a long, long time. Let's just enjoy it while it lasts, right?
Right. Well, from one cloud to another, plenty of them, and lots of cold. David Young has your forecast next. All right, David, we had some good numbers on the scoreboard in Pasadena, but not so good numbers in that forecast.
It's a low-scoring event on the 6-day forecast. Here's the radar, some light snow. Be careful if you have to travel out tonight. Then now that look at the low-scoring 6-day forecast. Temperature 14 tomorrow, 4 degrees below 0 Friday morning. The weekend warms up briefly. Some light snow late Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The bottom drops out single digits at best for highs. Lows at or below 0. Could be the coldest year we've seen in the past 5 to 10 years. So a brutal outbreak on the way.
You know, after the wind, though, you look at that and goes, yeah, oh, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's cool.
Wind chill 20, 30 below.
Whatever. Thanks for being with us.
We're always on, always free at WLNS.com.